Hey, wrestling fans. Happy weekend and welcome to episode 15 of the MetsFan884 podcast. SmackDown just ended. We have new women's tag team champions, Sasha Banks and Bayley, defeating Bliss Cross tonight. Bayley is now the fourth WWE superstar in history to hold a singles championship and the tag team titles, a singles main championship and a tag team title at the same time. The other three, of course, being John Cena, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Triple H. Also tonight on SmackDown, we had a awesome match between Otis and King Corbin. Otis won, of course, by DQ because King Corbin used a chair. Also, our girl Mandy Rose continues to play mind games with little jealous DeVille. Sonya just can't stay focused. And Our Lady won tonight, folks. Speaking of Lacey Evans, if you haven't seen my interview with her last night, check it out on my Instagram page at MetsFan884 on Instagram. Probably one of the biggest honors of my life. Probably one of the biggest honors of my life as a podcast host. Hopefully I'll get to do it again sometime down the road. Now, this week has been pretty hectic, with all this stuff going on with the riots and stuff. But yeah, we still have wrestling to use as our escape. Monday Night Raw was somewhat awesome, except for the whole thing with the Street Profits and Viking Raiders again. Next Monday night on Raw, huge night in store for us. Dynamite was huge. Tag title match and everything going on Dynamite. We saw the confrontation between Britt Baker, a confrontation featuring Britt Baker that almost got out of control. But luckily our doctor is a lot smarter than a lot of the women in that division. NXT was awesome. We're heading towards the triple threat match. We're also heading towards what's going to happen this coming Sunday at NXT TakeOver in your house, which is going to be exclusively on the WWE Network. If you haven't subscribed, good news, you don't need to subscribe because it's free now. We have a free tier of the WWE Network that was introduced earlier this week. That means you can watch the WWE Network for free, even if you're not subscribed. Even if you're not a subscriber, you can watch it for free. You can watch NXT TakeOver this week for free. I had a huge week myself. Interviewed Lacey Evans on Wednesday. Wasn't expecting to do it. Really wasn't expecting to do it, but yeah. For those who haven't seen the interview, if you're wondering why you don't see Lacey, it's because Lacey says that when she tries to go live with someone else, other than when she does the live videos, her camera freezes, which is why you don't see her. So next time I do an interview with Lacey, she will be starting a live video, and I will go live with her instead of like we did last night. Hopefully I will get another interview with Lacey somewhere down the road. Okay, now, I know I already made my predictions for Sunday night, but I gotta change one. I'm probably gonna be Mr. Captain Obvious on this one. I'm gonna change my prediction for the Women's Championship match from Rhea Ripley to Io Shirai, because I'm kind of having that feeling that Io's gonna win the title this week. I just have that feeling, that alternate feeling. Tonight, we had a face-to-face between Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles heading towards their Intercontinental Championship Tournament finals match between those two next week on SmackDown. Also, we added a match to Backlash. Jeff Hardy will go one-on-one with Sheamus. We'll talk about Backlash next week on the podcast, if we still have a podcast next week. Yeah, at the end of every week, somehow I still have the worries in my head about whether my Twitter account was going to survive a week. I haven't been getting any arguments, but you never know with Twitter. Anyway, if you haven't, like I said, you haven't seen my interview with Lacey, check it out. Now, they're going to do something huge with Bobby Lashley coming up this Monday night, as Bobby Lashley prepares for his WWE Championship match against Drew McIntyre at Backlash next week. Also, they're going to do something huge with Edge and Randy Orton. You know how that match is being billed as the greatest match ever. I don't see it. I see a normal match. I don't know why they're billing it as the greatest wrestling match ever. There's a lot of other matches out there that you can be billed as the greatest wrestling match ever. If you have any ideas of what you think would be the greatest wrestling match ever, you can put your comments down below this video, or hit me up on my Twitter account or my Instagram. But I'm quite sure that will not be the greatest wrestling match ever. Now, I'm still out of it because of SmackDown tonight. SmackDown started out great, awesome. We found out what happened last week with Jeff Hardy. It was Sheamus, folks. We kind of figured that. But that ending of SmackDown just now just took every bit of happy energy out of me. Now, I read somewhere that WWE was going to do that, give Sasha and Bayley the titles, try to drive a further wedge between the two, but until that starts, I'm just going to not believe anything anymore. Now, where do they put Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross after this now? What happened to those two? Do we split them up? Do we put them in the women's division singles? Who knows? But yeah, Sasha Banks and Bayley are your new tag team champions. Bayley is now a double champion. 2 titles. Wow. Everybody was predicting that all week when this match was first announced. And that also brings the question, where does that put the Iconics? Because you know the Iconics are looking for a championship match. Now, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're going to have a repeat of WrestleMania. Sasha and Bayley are going to face the Iconics in a tag title match and lose the titles to the Iconics. That's just my thought. My opinion, which is exactly what I always express on this podcast and on my Twitter account. I don't know why I still get unfollowed on Twitter or into disputes on Twitter when I'm just expressing my opinion, which is exactly what we're supposed to do on wrestling Twitter. But yeah, that was what happened tonight. Apparently, I think when Britt comes back from her injury, Big Swole is going to be her first opponent, because that was almost a big confrontation. Oh yeah, and I think one of my followers told me, I don't know if it's accurate, but you can check it out if you want. You can ask him if you want. But there's a big change this Sunday to the 6-woman tag team match at Takeover. From what I'm being told, Tegan Knox left WWE, and she will be replaced by, I forgot who he said she was going to be replaced by. Oh yeah, Casey Catanzaro. I don't know if that's accurate or not. You can check it out or talk to him if you want. I am not sure. At Just Logic on Twitter told me that. So I'm just going to watch the pay-per-view and see what happens. Still kind of a little floored after last night. I'm sorry, folks. I still can't believe I interviewed Lacey, but I'm also planning a lot of other big interviews for this show. I'm planning on trying to get a good interview with another interview with Lacey, but this time with video. So if you stay tuned, I'll probably let you know when I can do that. Trying to get Trish Stratus on the show. If Trish Stratus sees this video, I would like to have you on my podcast. We can do live stream. I'm trying to basically get, first I'm going to start with, women's wrestlers, then I'm going to go to the guys. I'm trying to get Britt Baker on my show. Probably Lisa Marie Varon if I can get her. I'm aiming too high, I know. For a new podcast, kind of aiming too high. We've only been 15 episodes in. But I'm aiming mad high with the interviews. I also got a... Okay, folks, I don't know. This is probably going to be like a weird podcast because I'm a little out of it after what happened on SmackDown just now. I was as skeptical as hell of Bliss and Cross when they first became a tag team. But they grew on me. I was actually hoping they'd win tonight, but yeah. WWE had Sasha and Bayley win. Now all we gotta hope is they actually use the women's tag team titles better than they did when Sasha and Bayley won the first titles. I basically think they're gonna have them lose it to the Iconics again. That's what I'm thinking, because there's really not that many tag teams in the women's division right now. And how slick was Mandy Rose tonight? That was awesome. Mandy, MetsFan884 giving you a big applause. At Mandy Rose, if you see this podcast, bravo. That was spectacular. That was awesome. Jealous DeVille didn't see that coming. That was awesome. That's what happens when you mess with New York. We bite back, and we bite back hard. Oh yeah, speaking of New Yorkers, I want to know who you people are picking in the match between Finn Balor and Damian Priest this Sunday. I picked Finn Balor Wednesday night, and I'm not changing that pick. I changed the pick for the triple threat because something in my warped little brain says that Io Shirai is going to win the title. It would be a great tribute to the wrestler that passed away a few weekends ago for Io Shirai to win the title, to tell you the truth. It would be an excellent, excellent, excellent tribute. And as you watched SmackDown tonight, when Lacey defeated Sonya Deville, there was a lot of talk about her possibly taking the women's championship. Now, I would say that would be a smart business decision since Bayley and Sasha are already tag team champions. And plus we don't even know when, if at all, they're going to do Sasha and Bayley one-on-one. It's rumored to be set for SummerSlam, but you never know with Vince McMahon. Vince could possibly want to wait till fans come back into the arena to do Sasha versus Bayley. I would say, as a wrestling podcast host, do Sasha and Bayley as soon as possible. You've already held it back for 3 years. Fans are going to get to the point where they don't want to see it anymore. It's going to get to the point where fans are going to not care. You want to strike while the match is hot. And I think what we saw during the match tonight with Sasha and Bayley kind of made the match made it a little bit hot. But Sasha had Nikki Cross beat in the bank statement. Bayley tagged in. You could see Sasha did not like that. There was going to be some kind of dissension. It was a little weird at the end, but Bliss and Cross lost the tag titles. Now, I'm hoping that they either A, put Bliss and Cross in the women's division as singles, or 2, we get a triple threat at Backlash. Sasha and Bayley versus Bliss Cross versus the Iconics. That would be the smart business move. That would be, as they used to say, best for business. Do a triple threat with all 3 teams. Like I said, I don't think the Backlash card is set yet. I think they have a lot more matches to add between now and next Sunday. And I will give you my full rundown of the card and my predictions next week. But NXT Sunday is going to be hot. Awesome. I'm hoping all of you out there are going to watch it. I don't know if you're going to watch it on pay-per-view or the WWE Network. And if you got the WWE Network, I don't know if you got the free tier or you got the paid. I got the paid. I'm sorry, but I got the paid. I don't trust the free tier. I don't know what kind of stuff you can get on the free tier. I don't know if you can get pay-per-views on the free tier. Anybody who has the free tier of the WWE Network, you can let me know. Whether you get you can access pay-per-views on the free tier, live pay-per-views on the free tier. But I think this is the beginning of their tier. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be the free tier, the basic, which is what the $9.99 that we pay now, and I think it's gonna be the premium, which is gonna be like $14. You can access everything, and like from different territories and stuff. So we'll see how that goes in the upcoming weeks. But yeah, congratulations to Sasha Banks and Bayley. As a Sasha fan, I'm a little happy that she's a champion again. I don't know how long this reign is going to last. Bayley is now a double champion. The first woman to hold the women's championship and tag team championship. Fourth superstar in history to hold the tag title and a main singles championship. John Cena, Stone Cold, Triple H. Well, fifth if you want to count Shawn Michaels. Well, no, fourth. I got it right. John Cena, Triple H, Stone Cold, Steve Austin. John Cena was WWE champion and tag champion. Triple H was Intercontinental champion and tag champion. And Stone Cold was WWE champion and tag champion. So yeah, fourth. Sixth, if you want to count the fact that Kane and Undertaker once held the WCW and WWE tag team championships. And if you watched Monday Night Raw, and most people probably did, R-Truth is now a record 35-time 24/7 champion. That means R-Truth now has held more championships than names like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, The Undertaker, Mick Foley. More singles championships anyway. Not more career championships. Well, probably more career championships. I mean, 35. I don't know how many times he was United States champion. He's held more titles than Edge. Edge is a 32-time champion. Truth's probably held, if you count how many times he's been United States champion, 38, 39, 40. Probably 37, 38. But yeah, imagine being those gentlemen like Triple H and Ric Flair in WWE. I'm not counting like in career, but like in WWE. And seeing that R-Truth has held more titles than you. It would make you almost like, wow. It'll be interesting to see where WWE goes with the 24/7 championship. It'll be interesting to see what happens this Monday on the Go Home Show, the Backlash between Bobby Lashley, Lana, MVP, and Drew McIntyre. And it'll even be interesting to see what happens in the upcoming weeks between Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, because you know from tonight that that's not over. Mandy Rose pulled probably the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. That was perfect. Mandy Rose, if you watch this podcast, that was brilliant. Brilliant. That was the best thing I've ever seen. Just when Sonya looked like she had the match well in hand, pop! Her ego gets the best of her. Woman's right. Match over. And what do we hear Michael Cole say? Maybe this will get Lacey into a spot for the SmackDown Women's Championship. On behalf of myself, if you're going to do what y'all usually do when Lacey in a championship match, don't even bother. But if you're going to somehow turn this into an actual championship win, since you already have Sasha and Bayley as tag team champions, by all means, go for it. Do it. Do it. We got another pay-per-view coming up at the Backlash. Do it. Or at least wait till Sasha wins the title. I would love to see. I think I'm probably not the only one, but I'm probably the only one. But I wouldn't mind seeing a Sasha versus Lacey Women's Championship feud. I wouldn't mind seeing it. I'm quite sure Sasha wouldn't mind doing it either. Because you can see them slowly planting the seed for a Sasha Bayley split. Something tells me this tag team title reign is not going to last that long, folks. Something tells me. It might end at Backlash. It might either end at Backlash or the next pay-per-view after Backlash. Most likely will end at Backlash. I want to know who's going to watch NXT this weekend. Who's going to watch it where? Who's going to watch it how? Are you going to watch it at a friend's house, bar? Well, bars are not open. Are you going to watch it at a friend's house? Your house? Have a watch party? You can watch it on the network? Or are you going to be one of the rare people that still do pay-per-view? I don't think any wrestling fan that I know still watches the WWE pay-per-views on pay-per-view. I'm sorry. But since the WWE network, we don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do that here. We don't pay $59.95 for pay-per-view. No. We don't do the $49.95, $59.95 for pay-per-views anymore. We watch on the WWE network. That's what the WWE network is for. That's what the network is for. For pay-per-views. Where we can watch what we want. Where we can relive good moments. Classic moments. Classic moments. Like the moment I saw earlier today. I watched the January 1st, 2001 Monday Night Raw today. Remember? That was the episode where Stone Cold Steve Austin pulled that beer vendor's thing off Stephanie and her top came off. There's more foam in that bra than one of my beers. Classic moment. Classic moment. Classic moment. Oh yeah, and Stephanie, if you watch this podcast, you wear mustard very well. Anyway, I will see y'all Wednesday, if I still have a Twitter account. I know my followers got my back. I don't know who else in the wrestling community has my back, but I love every single one of y'all. I think I'm about, 30 followers away from 1,000. When I get to 1,000 followers on Twitter, I might do a special podcast where it's on Instagram, where you guys can ask me questions. Cute wrestling questions. Wrestling Q&A, I might do that if I hit 1,000 followers. I want y'all to stay safe. My followers, non-followers, people on Twitter who like me, don't like me, whatever, stay safe. This world is getting nuts. I don't think any of us thought when the ball dropped on December 31st that 2020 was going to be this and hectic. Don't think so. Do not think so. The one good thing about to us, as in myself and the rest of my followers from New York, is that this city will be opening back up on phase 1 on Monday. But this year has been nuts. Corona, riots, shooting, police brutality, police overstepping their bounds, and it's only June. We have 6 more months left. It's June. It is June 5th. And they're already talking about registering to vote. I advise every single person who's going to watch this podcast on Twitter, on Facebook when I post it on Facebook, on Instagram if I post this on Instagram, and here on YouTube. On November 3rd, on November 2nd, vote. Because I said it earlier today to some people, some friends of mine. If Donald J. Trump wins this year, this country is in trouble. Trouble. I've been around 35 years. I ain't never seen some shit like this. If he wins this year and we have to deal with this shit for the next 4 years, this country's not going to make it. So I'm advising everybody out there, I don't care if you like me or not. We're not on Twitter to like each other. We're on Twitter to be a wrestling community and keep in contact with each other, because otherwise we can't talk to each other. But if you like me or not, I don't care. Get out there in November and vote. This year is probably going to be the most important voting year since 2008, when we first elected Barack Obama. We got to get this moron out of office. We have to.